High above the drifting clouds, hidden deep within the folds of the Andes, lies a city the Spanish conquistadors never found and never destroyed. For nearly 400 years it sat in total silence, swallowed by jungle, slowly forgotten by empires, waiting for the world to remember it. This is Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca, and the story of how it vanished from history is far stranger than most people ever imagine. Long before European ships ever crossed the ocean, the Inca had already built one of the largest empires the ancient world had ever witnessed. Their roads stretched for thousands of miles across mountains, deserts and rivers, binding together a vast civilization that never used a wheel. Somewhere around the year 1450, Inca laborers began carving a royal estate into a narrow ridge between two towering snow-capped peaks. Every single stone was cut and shaped by hand, so precisely fitted that even today no thin blade can slide between them, not even the thinnest. Historians believe this was a private retreat for the Emperor Pachacuti, a place built for ceremony, rest and quiet communion with mountain gods. Terraces spilled down the mountainside like enormous green staircases, growing corn and potatoes at altitudes that seemed almost impossible today. Priests climbed to the sacred Intihuatana stone at dawn, believing it could anchor the sun itself and stop the light from slowly disappearing. Water flowed through carved stone channels engineered with such precision that fountains here still trickle quietly 5 centuries later. Nobles walked these stone plazas dressed in fine woven cloth, their lives shaped around ritual, astronomy, and devotion to the mountain spirits. Then in the early 1530s, disaster arrived without warning from across the sea in the form of steel, horses, and foreign disease. Spanish conquistadors marched straight into the heart of the Inca Empire, capturing the emperor and shattering centuries of careful order. Smallpox swept ahead of the invaders faster than any army could ever march, killing millions of people before a single shot was even fired. Cities fell one after another. Temples were looted for gold, and the great empire of the Andes collapsed within a few brutal, chaotic years. Yet high on its remote ridge, Machu Picchu remained completely untouched, hidden by clouds, distance, and mountains far too steep to conquer. Some historians believe the Inca themselves quietly abandoned it, perhaps fearing that foreign disease would follow them up into the peaks. Whatever the true reason, the city was left standing intact, its stones untouched, its purpose slowly fading from memory over the generations. For nearly 4 centuries, only local families in the valley below whispered quietly of strange ruins hidden somewhere far above the clouds. Vines slowly crept over ancient walls. Trees grew straight through open plazas, and the jungle patiently reclaimed what human hands had shaped. Then in 1911, an American explorer named Hiram Bingham arrived in Peru searching for an entirely different lost city altogether. Local farmers guided him up a steep, muddy trail, insisting there was something remarkable waiting to be seen near the top of the mountain. What Bingham found completely stunned him. An entire hidden city of stone terraces, temples and stairways wrapped in centuries of vegetation. He had not found the city he originally set out to search for, but he had stumbled upon something the wider world had never truly witnessed. News of the discovery spread across the globe within months, and soon the world became captivated by images of this impossible city in the sky. Archaeologists carefully cleared away the vegetation, slowly revealing plazas, staircases and temples almost exactly as the Inca had left them. Every structure told the story of engineers who understood earthquakes, drainage, and astronomy far ahead of nearly everyone else at the time. The Temple of the Sun aligned perfectly with the winter solstice, flooding its carved window with light on a single, deeply sacred morning. Even the placement of the entire city seemed carefully designed to mirror the surrounding peaks that the Inca people considered truly divine. Questions still linger today about why such effort was poured into a place so remote, so difficult to reach, and so deliberately hidden away. Was it built as a royal retreat, a religious sanctuary, or perhaps a final refuge, built as the empire sensed its coming collapse drawing near? Perhaps it was never meant to be found at all, a secret kept safe by mountains that even determined conquistadors could never manage to climb. Today, visitors slowly climb the very same stone paths that priests and nobles once walked centuries before the Spanish ever arrived here. Llamas graze quietly across terraces once carefully tended by Inca farmers, who fed an entire city built at nearly 8,000 feet high. Thick mist rolls through the ruins most mornings, the very same mist that helped hide this place from history for nearly 4 long centuries. Standing quietly among these ancient stone walls, it becomes hard not to feel the weight of everything this city survived without ever falling. It survived empire, conquest, disease, and time itself, quietly waiting alone on its ridge for the wider world to finally notice it again. Archaeologists still debate whether hundreds or thousands once lived here, farming, praying, and watching the clouds roll endlessly below. Some researchers now believe the site was occupied for barely a century before the empire's sudden collapse emptied it of people entirely. Others argue Inca priests kept visiting long after the conquest, treating the abandoned city as a final, hidden refuge of their old faith. Machu Picchu reminds us that history is not always written in ashes and ruin. Sometimes it simply waits, patient and completely unseen by all. Unlike Rome or Constantinople, no war ever burned this place down. No army ever marched through its gates demanding a total, final surrender. Its survival was quiet, almost accidental. A city saved not by soldiers or walls, but by altitude, distance, and impossibly thick mountain cloud. If a story like this one pulls you in, hitting subscribe genuinely helps this small channel keep bringing forgotten history back to life again. Every ancient city hides secrets like these, and there are still countless ruins buried, waiting patiently for their moment to be uncovered. Somewhere in the Andes, smaller sites connected to Machu Picchu still remain unexcavated today, holding stories nobody has heard just yet. Modern engineers who study its drainage and stonework still find themselves amazed by solutions the Inca discovered many centuries earlier. So tell us in the comments below which lost city or forgotten civilization you would like brought back to life in our very next episode here. Perhaps it will be a sunken harbor, a buried desert kingdom, or another mountain refuge waiting quietly somewhere for its story to be told. Because somewhere out there, another Machu Picchu is still hidden, still silent, still waiting patiently in the dark for someone to find it. History never truly disappears. It simply waits in the clouds, in the stone and in the silence, for someone curious enough to look closely.